A happy new year to you and yours. New Year's Eve at home. This is the walkthrough video. Welcome everybody. I hope you're ready. I hope you got your kitchen set up something like what I got going on. Everybody has their personal choices on their stuff, but you got your list. We're gonna do some canapes. We're gonna make the dark and stormy, and oh, have I got a story to share with you about Gosling's and Myers rum. Let's get into it. The most important thing to start a celebratory evening is to get a cocktail going first and foremost. So in your kit, you have a container labeled C. C is for what? It's called for being crap-faced. No, it's for rum. Let's do this drink. What's the most important thing about a dark and stormy? What I can share with you is that drink was introduced to me when I asked my wife, now my wife, back then girlfriend's dad, for her hand. And you know, being a chef back in Toronto in those days, I went over to his house. I think it was close. It was close to midnight because I'd gotten off a shift and I needed to get it done. And Chick looks at me, that's Jill's dad, and he looks at me, 93 this year. Great guy, fantastic, loves candy, loves those peppermints. But my point is this, he turns around, he's like, good God, Michael, it's after midnight. Come in and let's have a cocktail. And he goes into the kitchen and he pulls out a bottle of Myers rum and he starts making a dark and stormy. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, well, we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna go on the deck. And they were at a condo downtown Toronto, and it was just funny. That was my first introduction. I've always loved these things. Look, Myers rum is a fantastic rum. It's a blackstrap molasses style. Myers rum is no longer available. I'm getting the last 9 bottles. So, in your kit, you might have Gosling's. It's good, but the Myers is the hammer. This again is obviously due to tariffs and shenanigans, but evidently it's made in America. I thought it was from Jamaica. Anyway, let's get to it. You get 2 bottles of ginger beer. When you put your ice into your glass, there's this common misconception that you should just fill it up halfway or don't put a lot of ice in because I don't want my drink to get watered. Listen, the only reason your drink gets watered down is because, one, you're drinking it way too slow. So you need to pick up the pace. So watch, we're gonna pour it in. This is very straightforward. And here's Blackie's secret hammer. You take the lime cheek. Let my cameraman get a little bit of view there. I love these caps just dancing around me. Like little merengue carachas, you know? Like a little pirate whippy. Anyway, let's get to it. You want to take your lime cheeks, as you saw I cut them, and you cut them into 4, and then you take these 2 pieces and you drop them in. You take the actual physical lime and you want to rim it. You want to rim the lime juice because the first thing that you want to taste, like micronic seconds after the rum hits your lips, is a nice sprite of fresh lime juice. So then you want to squirt that right into the glass. Right into the glass. There we go. Amazing. And then this is your rum. So what is this? This is a 1.5 ounce shot each. So just as you're about to serve it, spoon in. And if you have one of those bar spoons, they're even better. Oh, by the way, you don't need this one. Look at that. Go figure. Chef knows how to measure. Just needs a cocktail to prove it. Hey, Happy New Year. Get your stinky on. Oh, this demo is going to be so much fun. Mwah. I hope you're enjoying the cocktail. As you can see, I'm abstaining so I don't completely wreck this demo. Someone's got to be focused. You don't worry. You just follow what I do because I'll be putting that to the side. And remember, I might have said drink it fast, but don't down it, okay? Take your time. That ice ain't going anywhere. Okay, I'll have one sip. You got me. You got me. So good. Let's get into the little bites. Canapes. Container A, container B. Two elements we're going to do here. No, we're not going to toast the bread for you. You're going to have to do that. You're going to dry toast this. So go do that. Put me on pause. Come back. When you got the bread toasted, let's talk about the next phase. In the next phase, we have 4 containers. We have mushrooms. We have crispy chicken skin, pork crackling skin. We have a little grainy mustard mayonnaise, and we have some flat parsley. Take all your containers, move them to the side. We'll come to the next one in a moment. So let's build the mushrooms on toast. So mushrooms on toast, very straightforward. Dry toast done. Take your little mayo action. We'll definitely take that container in terms of mayonnaise down. It's quite a bit, and I don't want you to make a mayo sandwich. I want you to make a mushrooms on toast. Now that you've done that, you want to pre-cut the bread. So if your bread's really wide like mine, my suggestion to you is to go on an angle. Go 1, go 2, go 3. So you got 4 nice little pieces there. All right, and then when you put them down on your board, mushrooms you're just going to heat up in a little saute pan, a little pot. Going to put your mushrooms down. And you want it to be quite generous. On top of this, you want to now garnish with the chicken skin. So good. And so cheap, too. It's hilarious. I remember calling the butcher the first time to get an order for chicken skin in when we started this dish. And the guy's like, yeah, I can give you a 25 kilo box for like $50. Is that okay? And I was like, I don't need 50 kilo of chicken skin. Anyway, it's amazing what you find out when you just kind of push some limits there. There you go. You got your chicken skin down, all sorted, ready to go. And then just some parsley, rough chopped, over the top. Down you go. That's it. You're out. You don't need to use it all. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Go right there. That's done. Let's go right into the next canapé because we don't want to mess around with this too much. There's a couple of ways that you can do this dish, but the most important is to get the cilantro out. You've got a little edamame puree, edamame avocado puree. You have some pickled gojis. You have a little oil for frying. So you can pan fry these. Now, I've already gone ahead and done them, but you just pan fry them in a shallow frying pan. They're better that you do it that way, and that's why we're including the oil. Some of you are going to be like, I want to use the microwave. I really, really want to. You can use it. Just remember, it's fried, so you're probably going to make it soggy. You're not going to make it crispy in the fryer, in the microwave. So over to you if that's what you want to do. I can't hold you responsible. Oh, actually, I can hold you responsible if you go that route. Regardless, your choice. Once you do get them crispy fried up, you want to put them in a container, and then this is the kapow sauce. So sweet kicap anise, ginger, garlic, sriracha, little habanero, little bumbo, off to the races. Close it up. Give it a shake. Remember, they're hot. Don't do them cold. Not the same thing. Look at that. Super delish. Then, grab a spoon, take your edamame puree, and this is going to be the base for your presentation. Pop it on the plate, give it a swipe. Love it. Then, if you can put the cauliflower down so that the stem end is pointing up, it looks far sexier. You'll see once I get to the completion. Pickled goji berries. I'm going to drop those down. People are like, what are pickled goji berries? Well, they're pickled, and it's a goji berry. So a little goji berry. China. Such an unexplored cuisine and a country on top of that. Look, let's get down to it here. We got some crushed cashews we're just going to put down. So if you have a nut allergy in your family, it is raised for concern. There is chances of cross-contamination on this dish. So like our conditions clearly state, we don't guarantee. And a lot of that just comes down to, we just can't control what happens to our food when we leave the building. Good God, I sounded like a lawyer there. Anyway, you are ready to go. You have got some incredible canapes for you and the better half. Get into it. Have a good nosh. Cheers, everyone. All right, so I hope you didn't just like have the canapes and the cocktails and decided to go and watch a show or something like the night before Christmas, because we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get you going now with some good old-fashioned Spanish wine. This is Arendano Crianza Rioja. This is a Tempranillo. This is a fantastic wine that's gonna work so well with all these 7 courses that are coming ahead of you. Got your glasses of wine. Let's get your bottle open. This has got like tobacco, smoke, like oak. The complexity is not over the top. You got some good fruit in there, cherry. It's gonna work amazingly. Hey, only the best for you guys. Only the best. So let me pop this open and we'll get a little pour and a little taste, and then we'll know. And it's always important, you know. You learn that in Thailand. You say words twice, they have more significance. Should be your calling card tonight when you're doing service. When you like something, you're like, taste. Yum, yum. Oh, I better pour one for the cameraman. It's been such a hard day. Like, what is it, 11:53 a.m.? There we go. Oh, it's so great. You know, it's almost like a big, bold, and juicy, but then you pop it in your mouth. As a Tempranillo, a little tight, but still that cherry, little touch of oak. Thank you, Spain, for existing. Thank you for us being in Canada so we can get to have something as incredible as this from Europe. Let's go right into the salad now that you got your glass of wine out. And remember, bring it to and from the kitchen to the dining room. All right, so we'll go right into it. We're going to container 1A and 1B for wave 1. What are we doing? Cryo watermelon crisp prosciutto salad with smoked feta, oven dry black olive, aged balsamic, and extra virgin olive oil or VX olive oil. You have 2 containers here. In this first one, you have arugula and you have the cryo watermelon. Watermelon is done at full compression in a backpack bag with a little bit of ginger syrup. The prosciutto is right here, the 2 pieces. And this is gonna happen. You're gonna get crumblies from going from takeout. So I think it's important that I kind of show you how we can make this very successful and not a train wreck by just doing a couple of simple things. So in order to make this look restaurant style, we wanna do the following. This is a little balsamic reduction with some oil in it. So I'm just gonna go and put a little zhuang down on the plate, okay? And you can just kind of like spin it if you want. Okay, and then what we want to do is take our lettuce. You can either put it into a bowl. I assure you, you will not get that much dressing. You will get much less than that because you only need a little bit of dressing here to make this happen. So toss around. If you want to put some salt in it, that's at your discretion. You want to take your lettuce leaves, pop them down on the plate, and you want to kind of do a little line, just a little thin line, okay? And then prosciutto here for 1, prosciutto here for 2. Now this piece is a bit more kind of shattered and broken up, but that's okay. You just rebuild it. It's not the end of the world. Don't freak out. It'll all be good. What the customer doesn't know makes you stronger. I have young chefs working in the kitchen and they like have complete meltdowns on things the customer will never see. They're like, it's just not good enough. And I'm like, you're just being too hard on yourself. I'm like, is that a bad thing? I'm like, no, it's a good thing. But ultimately, you got to move forward because when you're plating, you only have so much time. You don't want to muck around with it for so long that the people in the dining room fall asleep, or worse, they just get up and leave because they clearly see that you're slightly comatose. Isn't that a deep, probing little analysis of plating and how it can be? Tempo is important. Tempo with the Tempranillo. I'm a bloody poet today, I'll tell you that. Look at that. It's already looking gorgeous. So now with the feta, you just kind of want to bring that white texture over the top of the salad. Really important that you kind of follow this way, because if we put the balsamic down at the end, it's going to stain the salad and it's going to look vicious. It's not a nice look. So finishing off for salt level, because this is, I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at this salad, it's like a caprese. It's like a modern version of a caprese. It's something I'm well known for here at the restaurant and just love to constantly showcase because it's incredible salt flavors, right? The cheese, the prosciutto, the black olive, then the depth of the balsamic. Yes, everybody, first course is up. It's plated. Grab those wine glasses and get to the dining room, and bon appetit. Course 2, linguine carbonara done with guanciale. I mean, this is so Italian. This is a signature item that we've been featuring this past year at the restaurant, and I gotta show it to you if you haven't had it. And if you have had it, well, you already know how good this is gonna get. So this is like classic elements. We got 2A, 2B. Let's go dive in what we got going on here. Parmesan cheese. This is the egg yolk. So in here, we have egg yolks, pasta water, guanciale fat. So guanciale is the cheek of the pig cured. We render the fat out. We combine it with the egg yolks along with pasta water, touch of garlic, lemon juice, salt, done. So that, hold to the side. Over here, we have a little bit of Tellicherry pepper. We have a little bit of oil for the frying pan. The guanciale itself, here are the pieces of the meat already cooked up. So they kind of look like bacon lardon, but again, this is guanciale. And then we've got linguine done with sugar snap peas. So all blanched, ready to go for you. And what you want to do is you want to get a frying pan going. And we want to bring that up on a medium heat. So first thing to do, drop your oil in. And there we go. We've got the temperature right where we want to have it. And if the cameraman can slide in, you can actually see how the oil kind of separates a little bit here from the heat generating through. All you want to do is put your linguine into the pan right away. Use a pair of tongs for this process. And you can see it's quite hot actually. We're just going to do a little torch of water in there to kind of get the noodles going. But we more importantly want to bring the flame down. Was having a game with me. Did you see that? It's like, hey, Michael, we're going to have fun today. All right, so there's your pasta. This is so easy this way. Here we go. Put your guanciale in, and when you put it in, maybe just get your fingies and spread it all out. And then you have your mixture. So at this stage, I kind of like to use a spoon, because what the egg is going to do is quite simple. It's going to coagulate. So we're going in. And one of the tricks that you do when you're making a linguine carbonara is you want to open up, once the egg's in there, you want to open it up with a little bit of water. And you want to come right off the heat. And look down into your pan, and you will see everything coming together. The vegetables are a nice bright green. And you know, there's some Italian guy right now going, why's he got the sugar snap peas in there, Tony? I'm gonna go over and break his legs. Little vegetable, never hurts. You don't want them in? Don't put them in. I think it looks great. Here we go. You're gonna split your pasta. And yeah, you could get a butcher's fork and you could do the twist and you could do all the shenags, but honestly, you don't need that. So now the garnish that's left is what's going to go on top. It's very key in this course. Look inside this pan here. You can see a little bit of overcoagulation where the egg almost splits like scrambled. Try to avoid that, but don't get worked up if you see it in the pan because it's not going in here when it's stuck to the noodle, okay? Put your pan to the side. Like, what was that? It took no time at all. Whoever says food's complicated clearly doesn't play with food. Your cheese, give it a nice little pinch down. My goodness, look at this, people. This is great. Look at all these little plastic containers to get this to come together. We got the pepper. You want sufficient, but you don't want pepper burn. Pepper burn is when you have so much pepper, you're just like, we don't need that. Linguine carbonara with guanciale. Enough to make any nonna kiss you to death. Did you call up your mom? Did you tell her I just had linguine carbonara and it was absolutely epic? You're welcome. Let's go right into wave 3, course 3, 3A, 3B, yum yum. We're doing a chorizo dia. So open up your containers and let's go through what we got here. So it's really quite the little garnish show, but the most important thing I want you to see is the oil in the little pot, and get yourself a Teflon pan going. Get that to a medium flame. So medium, not high, medium. And then in the chorizo dia, which I have here, which is a little corn tortilla, actually, sorry. Yes, it is a corn tortilla. What am I saying? Oh no, it's a flour tortilla. No, I got it now. I'm okay, I'm awake, I'm still with you. Poblanos and roasted onions, which is known as rajas, when you do roasted sliced poblano peppers with onions, and when you cook them out low and slow until they're caramelized, docking down at least 3 times with water as it reduces, you get that gorgeous stuff. We have a little bit of Monterey Jack cheddar on there, and then on the opposite side here, we have some chorizo, also some cheese there too. So you might get your tortilla and it has a little bit of fat leaking from it. Don't freak out. Just put that down in the pan first, ready to go. Okay, we're just gonna make like a little quesadilla, hence the word chorizo dia. So once it goes down, just give it a little wigs, that's good. And then let's go through all the garnishes. We have hominy. Hominy is corn that is no longer yellow. It's grown to full size. These are really tiny. In Mexico, when I lived and worked there, they'd come this big. You dry these out, you mill them, you get flour, corn flour, to make tortillas. These are flour tortillas, but I'm talking about corn tortillas. So for you gluten lovers, you're out of, or gluten, anti-gluten peeps, not gluten lover, I'm a gluten lover, I love gluten. Currently not doing a lot of gluten these days, but you know, you hit 55 and you start questioning a lot of things that you're doing in your life. I'm like, that was really good. I should stop eating it. Anyway, let's get down to this. This is a great Mexican tradition for a soup called pozole, and it's going to be awesome on this. And while I'm rambling, let's turn this over. Let's see if I screwed that up. Well, I screwed it up by not getting it right on it, and that might happen to you because we all have our amateur moments, but that's okay. Just put it back into the center of the frying pan. You're good. There's a bit of cheese came out, but that's okay. Gonna get a bit of color. Leave that. Come back to our elements here. Here is a crema fresa, so fresh sour cream, done with a little bit of chorizo spice in there, pickled jalapenos, roasted corn, chicharron, and here a salsa tomatillo. So salsa tomatillo is tomatillos poblanos, onions, garlic, slice it all up, take all the seeds out, oil them all up, drop them onto a tray, throw them under the broiler in your oven, and literally keep them underneath there and keep touching them until they're black. And why? If you look inside here, once those veggies are burnt, you put them into a blender. If your partner looks at you and says, oh, you screwed that up, you got the right color. But then you liquefy it, you add a little bit of cold water, some fresh lemon, and you get this wonderful color, but you get the fleck from the black. And that's where the flavor is. Mexican cuisine is awesome. One of the cornerstones in the world for me. Just love it. Let's come back and see where we are. Oh yeah, we're getting some dirty going on here. I mean, honestly, that's all you're doing to cook on this one. And then after that, we're just doing an assembly. Why not? Let's get going on the plate. So just grab a spoon, take the crema, 1 down, 2 down. And you just want to spread that out. Spread that out. There we go. Have a lick. Well, that's awesome. It's got such a great zing to it. Okay, we'll have one more looky. I actually, my chefy senses are telling me that we need another 20 seconds. I don't think it's quite there yet. You want crispy flour tortilla, not corn, flour tortilla. Then you've got all those elements going on in there. Such a great little dish. Get yourself a sharp knife because we're not gonna have you eat one of these each. You're just never gonna get to course 7. You're gonna be like breathing heavy, sweating. We don't need that. We want you to have a lovely New Year's Eve celebration, wishing and welcoming in 2026. And here we go, we're here. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like a Mexican grilled cheese sandwich. Yum, yum. Okay, we're ready to go. Don't blot it. Just get it right onto the board. Cool? Remember, turn off your flame. I'm gonna come right in here. Here we go. We're just gonna go right down the center and cut it. Again, it's all good, but guess what? Oh my gosh, that looks so good. So delish. We're gonna drop one down here. And drop one down here. And then we're gonna start to finish this plate up with garnishes. So we kind of want to get the sauces out of the way first. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the tomatillo down. Amazing. It's good. Use it all up because that stuff is so good. Maybe try to avoid splodging all down the side of the plate. Always keep the edges of your plate. Remember, the edge of the plate belongs to the mesero, the server. Doesn't belong to us. Roasted corn. Little yellow. Again, sprinkle it out. Sprinkle it out. Let's go with the hominy. The overgrown corn that's so awesome. And in that soup I was talking about earlier, the pozole, if you've had it, write a comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. There's a day of the week that you serve pozole in Mexico. If you know it, drop the answer. Pickled jalapenos. Not a lot, just enough to keep your attention, keep you focused on the eating and the munching and the crunching. A lot of texture going on here too. Chicharron. Pork crackling. Awesome. Have a pork allergy? You're screwed. Cilantro. Just got a couple of pieces down. There's a lot in here, but that's okay. Better to have more cilantro than none. I think we're good, peeps. That's it. Oh. Look at that. Increíble la comida de México. Buen provecho y feliz cumpleaños. Oh, that's not right. That's birthday. Now my Spanish is getting rough. Feliz nuevo año. Hecho. Okay, so look, it's simple. When you got pork in a menu, do it back to back and get it out of the way. So we're going into course 4, Dan Dan peanut curry udon noodles. These are addictive. This is late night mucka in my house when I go to the fridge and I make something. Sometimes all this is here, but let's go through it. Are you ready? Scallion. This is our boom boom sauce, which is gonna bring the whole dish together. Ground pork with preserved black bean. I've got some Napa cabbage, onion, and gailan. I got some crispy vermicelli peanuts and udon noodles. So very straightforward. In a medium flame, which I'll bring this down a little bit because I needed to get it ready for the shot. We are going to go and just make sure that the veggies go down first. And we're going to get some little bit of heat on that. And what I'd like you to do is just grab a little bit of water and hit it in the pan. Okay? While that's going down, that'd be a hot pan. You know, when this kind of situation goes down in a pan, you know what I hear? I go all the way back to like probably 87 at my parents' house when I was doing my culinary management program at George Brown College. And it's my mother, and she had a high-pitched voice, and she's like, "John, get upstairs. He's peeling the wallpaper off the back of the stove." Because I would be like sauteing like this, that kind of intensity that you saw there. And it would be steaming. And I literally would like look at my mother and I'd be like, "But why is there wallpaper behind the stove? Isn't that like, you know?" I think that's like a code now. Can't do that. Shame, shame. Okay, look, let's get the flame back up a bit because that really like, I took care of that flame. Back to medium. Good, it's gonna come up. Take your udon noodles, drop them right into the pot. If you have a pair of tongs, just spread them out. And if you don't have tongs, well, what's wrong with you? Why don't you have tongs? That's like not having a whip in your kitchen. If you don't have a whip and you don't have a tong, send the box back. No, I'm just joking. You can do it with 2 spoons if you do not have a pair of tongs. So you want to kind of mix this all up. So now that everything's in there, you got the idea, you can see all the elements, just hit it with a bit of water. And why do we want that? We don't want the noodles to be sticky. We want them to bind with the liquid, but believe it or not, with them just sitting there, they are going to kind of bind up to regardless, okay? So little plain, I'm just gonna put that to the side because you know what I need to do? I need to heat up the ground pork with a preserved black bean. So just drop that in. And we're going to just bring that up to nuclear state. There you go. We've got our last 3 elements here, which is the peanuts, the crispy vermicelli, and you know, there's a little secret egg underneath there, a little New Year's Eve surprise egg we're gonna get to in a second. I'll talk about that. Take your noodles, divvy them up. once you've got them divvied nicely. So you can see, even with that little bit of water that I put in there, I still ended up getting a nice stickiness to it. Don't want it dry. Best way to attack the pork, hit it with a bit of water. Okay, back onto the stove. Spoon down, just break it down, and let the moisture push away. Oh, I'm looking at national news right now. Wow, some more crazy stuff going on. So much fun this year. Let's hope 2026 is a little quieter, huh? This smells so good with the preserved black bean. I'm gonna pop that down over the top. Amazing. So in here, pop it into your lid. You have crispy tofu pieces. That's the secret egg. A little Easter egg, so to speak, even though it's not Easter. Crispy vermicelli. And finish with scallion. Yum, yum. Going in my tum. Make sure to turn off your stove. You're good to go. Check your plates, your bowls, for any sauce that might have hit the edge. You don't want that look. It's a bit dirty. We want it clean. Clean is important. Dan Dan noodles. Oh, my gosh. It's got no peanuts. A lot of peanut here, so have at her, whatever fill level you want to go to, but there we go. Okay. We don't need to do a take two. We roll with the punches, peeps. Dan Dan noodles. Wave 4. Are you looking for more? Course 5, duck confit, ginger sticky lick, mushroom risotto with a little bit of speck inside there, or double smoked bacon. Grab your containers, 5A, 5B. How you doing? Are you feeling a little heavy? Do you feel like you need to pause? You know, now is the time where you might have already finished your bottle of wine and you want to maybe go for a walk in the snow. Maybe go to the garage and do something and come back. You decide what you want to do, but there's nothing wrong with a little interlude to kind of loosen up everything down there. Maybe pull the belt off. You know, screw it. It's New Year's Eve, you're at home. Why do you need to wear a belt anyway? There's no need for that. Anyway, let's get right into it. 5A, 5B, let's see what we got going on. We've got the pieces of duck confit. You're gonna pan fry those up, get them nice and crispy. We've got a little collection of mushrooms and bacon right into a medium pan with some, actually we're not gonna put the green pea in. And why? Because it's chlorophyll based and we don't want that to get cooked out. But what we do wanna do is get that bacon to kind of render out, and we're gonna reserve back the piece of butter and drop the risotto. We have already cooked this about 60% of the way for you. Well, I was gonna say, you know, this burner has literally like an 1/8 of an inch clearance from blazing hot to nothing. I'm just gonna see where the rice is. So it's got a nice little crunch to it. You kind of want that, but it's not cooked out enough. Risotto is all about using chicken stock. Could be a beef stock, could be a veal stock. Definitely never do this with fish stock, super gross. It's just gonna get so intense, it's gonna be ridiculous. So it's all about agitation. It's all about moving the rice so that you break down the grains and you get this creaminess that'll come through by the starch releasing. I'm just gonna micronically change this. See it? See it? I barely am moving this. It's hilarious. So, mushrooms are going. We've got the stock. We're gonna let that stock go sec, go dry. So if you watch it in the pan, you can see it's all kind of ooly-gooly bubbling away. Going back in with stock. Going to bring the flame up even higher now. And this is how risotto is made. Now imagine you must do this from dry state, meaning raw state of the rice. You would be at this a little longer, and we just feel because it's New Year's Eve, you shouldn't have to break your wrist over this. So, look how quick now the liquid went away. It's gone. And you can see that the rice is getting pillowy, plump, soft, sexy looking. We're gonna pop more stock in. You're gonna lose up all the stock that's in there. A moment of reflection. What great things did I do in 2025? Yeah, I did that. That was awesome. I did that too. And my wife loves me even more than she did before. Think of all those great things that you did. More importantly, think of all the great things everybody in your family did to make your life easy. And look at this. Now you're making life easy for them by making mushroom and double smoked bacon lardon risotto. You're on fire. Look at that. I'm going to say that this is almost there. It's good. Rapidly cook away the liquid now. Bring it up full flame. Get your plates hot. While we were mucking around with that, the duck leg has been crispy fried. I'm going to drop it into the sauce. Already did that. You can do that in a frying pan, no problem. And we're going to bring that over here because I'm going to let that heat up. Last thing you're going to do now is the green peas. And don't be a scaredy cat and not put them in. Don't be like, I don't like green peas. You do. You're just in denial, okay? So look. One-handed and two fingers and a thumb. That's how easy this is. Really just requires control. And don't walk away. Don't be like, I gotta go to the bathroom. No, you don't. You can hold it. You'll be fine. All right. One more taste. Adjust with seasoning. I think I got some salt on a table here because I feel like it should have a little bit more of a push. I'm a big fan of kosher, and this case, that's Malden. Malden sea salt. Done. You can kind of hear the octaves getting higher in the pan with it cooking out. There we go. You portion what you think's appropriate for the two of you. If you feel like you're getting full, go less. Keep it for a rainy day. Okay, so once you've got everything out of the pan and you've dropped it down, keep that to the side. Always put it on a rag because your plate is hot, your pan's hot. I'm just gonna put back the sauce with the duck now. So it's a gastrique style based sauce, so it's a sweet and sour. Just put a little touch of water in there. Watch how much. That's it. Okay, this is gonna come up really, really quick. And you know, something interesting, you probably didn't notice, but I didn't put the butter in. If you can throw the butter in while you're doing it, it's great. If you screw up like me, don't worry, throw it in the sauce. But the whole purpose of the butter in the risotto is actually to make it creamy. It's hilarious, I'm not even drinking today. What was that about? Anyway, we're good, we're good. You got the pro, you got the no. You can see this butter, it's gonna melt down in there. It's gonna thicken that sauce. We are like moments away You got one duck leg. I've cut it in half. So you have to decide, are you a thigh man or are you a leg man? Or are you, well, we're just going to leave that alone. Let's go in here. And why do we have the meat in there? See, the butter's gone. See how fast that was? Come on over. Take your duck leg. So this is for the person that loves legs. And this is for the person that loves thigh. Okay, you got this gorgeous sauce. The butter's still there. See how shiny it is? That's what butter does. Butter's so awesome. Turn off your flame. Et voila. Mushroom and bacon lardon risotto, green peas, duck confit, cherry ginger sticky. I love it. This is one of my faves. I hope you agree. Six is the number. I pretty much consider this the main course of the menu, although you might be at that position in the menu eating it where you're like, well, every course has been the main course. So a lot of flavor, a lot of profiles going on here, but ultimately we're on the ribeye. PEI ribeye beef, 6A, 6B. These containers have a lot going on to them. So if you watch this once, you might watch it twice. In 6B, we have the reduction to make the béarnaise sauce with some clarified butter. What I want you to do with the clarified butter is come over to a medium flame frying pan and pour about that much in. What do we need it for? We need it for the beef and the taters. Here's the tatties, the tatties, and then the beef down we go, okay? We're sending that beef out to you rare, seared, and it'll be totally your preference to what color you want to take it to. Some people like to Chernobyl the meat and just make it look like, well, like the gray wall up there. Some people want to go to medium rare. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to do a medium rare for you on this, okay? So taties are going in with the meat. We have a little bit of onion compote here that's been done with a little red wine, balsamic. I'm just going to pop that there. Get our containers out of the way. We have the demi-glace reduction, which I've already put into the pot here. It should be noted about the clarified butter that when you get the kit, it might look like this. If it's solidly frozen and rock hard, then all you're going to want to do, and this one's kind of slipping and sliding a little bit, you want to pop that in a microwave, do that at 70% and let it go for 20%. Would be no more than that and you'd be good to go. So the steak is cooking away, the potatoes are cooking away. While all that's going on, you're going to want to make sure that you have a bowl. And the reason you need the bowl is because we're going to make the béarnaise sauce. In here is egg yolks, reduction, Dijon mustard, tarragon. A little bit of caper, I believe, as well. Okay. Getting there close. This steak is not going to need a lot of time. I'm going to bring flame up just a little higher. Oh, look at this. We've got our plateware here. We've got a little tiny dish. Water is kind of at, I've got water in a pot that I've already kind of brought up to a boil, and the whole reason behind that is so we can do a double boiler for our hollandaise, which is a béarnaise, by the way. We'll get into more detail with that in a moment. I'm going to just bring my plates forward. Now the meat is cooking beautifully, and we want to confuse the blood by flipping it over. All right, give your tatties a little turn around. Just let them cook out and bring back to temperature. This is going to be about a 3 to 6 minute process in bringing everything up. Keep the onions together. You'll see why at the end. I kind of want to just put a little cluster of onion on the table so I have onto the actual plate itself, so you have somewhere where you can kind of dive in for a little bit of like massive flavor profile, and caramelized onions will do that to you for a steak. This steak, in my opinion, is ready to go at medium rare. We're looking fantastic. I'm going to take that off and I'm going to let it rest. It's not going to go back into the pan. It's totally fine the way it is. All right? We're going to pull the pot to the side. We're going to leave that as is. Pot of water down, full flame. Pop open your clarified butter if you haven't already done so. And again, remember, you've brought it up so that it is liquid state. I'm going to take a bit of water out here so we can get this going as quick as possible. Speed and efficiency is based on what we got to work with. You're going to need yourself a whip. This is not to be considered stressful. Some of you have done my experiences at home before, and you know I love to tease you making a brilliant hollandaise or béarnaise. All right, with water boiling, we're just going to take our stainless steel bowl, and we're going to come in and we're going to start whipping the reduction of tarragon with the vinegar, mustard, and all you want to do is keep moving this. You are basically doing a double boiler, and our idea here is not to make scrambled eggs. Our idea is to make egg foam. That egg foam is eventually going to collapse. Now, I can tell you that as soon as you see it starting to scramble in points, you want to take it off. You might take it off a lot more than me because, listen, it's 40 years I've been doing this. 40 years goes by pretty quick when you're making béarnaise sauce because you're making a lot of happy memories. This is the best stuff in the world. Thanks to the French for such an incredible sauce. So I just take it right off the pot and make sure I have no strands of cooked egg in there. Back on. Turn the bowl. The turning the bowl allows your twines to get the edge of the bowl where some of the egg mix is kind of sticking, because you don't want to have any kind of loose ends, and so to speak, of that kind of grabbing. So here we go. So what's happened is it's going to a foam state. It's actually already passed it quite quickly, and now it's starting to break down from a foam state, and it's starting to get thicker. If you feel the pot's too hot with your hand, just pull the pot away from the flame so it's like only half on. You're just boiling water here. Okay, we're not paying off a mortgage. We're just boiling water. Yeah, that's my line today. Look at this. This is good to go. See how it's gotten all thick? You see how the twines are going through the béarnaise sauce? We are there. Now, we'll just take a kitchen rag, lay it down on a cutting board. Don't lose your whip as much as it wants to leave me. Turn your water off. Take your clarified butter, pour a little in, mix. How much was a little? A little was like a teaspoon. No, a tablespoon. Put another tablespoon in. Mix away again. And yeah, there's videos out there of people streaming it in and whipping it like an idiot. You don't need to do that. Just take your time. Look, you do it this way. Hollandaise for two. Your choice, spoon or finger. I'm going with his finger. Amazing, amazing profile. If you want to give it a little bit of heat, you're most welcome to go there. Now I've got two little containers to put them in, the sauce, just to make it like a little sexy looking. Look how much I got left. I got tons. Give yourself a little wipe. Make sure your plates are clean. All right. Potatoes back down. So you probably either on an electric or a gas burner. It's pretty straightforward. Our steak is ready to cut. Let me come in here. A little more like medium to a medium well here, kids. Not gonna lie. Still gonna be lovely. Still gorgeous pieces of meat. Okay. Potatoes and onions are coming back up. Okay, putting the potatoes down. Potatoes are really like little insulation blankets. They hold their heat well. So if you're cooking at pace with me, you're good to go. All right. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and put the sauce onto the burner. And now we're just going to take a little bit of this onion. We're going to divvy this into two. I'm going to put one there. And put two there. Okay, and now drop that to the side. We're going to take our meat. We're going to open up the meat a little bit more. Always keep it in its position. Down, down, gorgeous. Grab a spoon, come back to your sauce pot. Sauce is coming up to point. Oh yeah, it's there. Like how long was that? A minute and a half, if that? Use it all. Don't save any of it. Grab the rest of your béarnaise. Maybe just do a little moment somewhere on the plate. You want to do a dollop. You want to be creative. Go for it. That's my creative. And what are you left with? A little bit of chive, just for some color. You're good to go, everyone. Ribeye beef. Definitely a medium. Hey. Be confident, be cool, and love what you do. Enjoy. PI ribeye beef with fingerling potatoes, minced onion, béarnaise sauce. Happy New Year. Lucky number 7. I just need to let you know, because we're on course 7, that it should be no later than 11:30 right now. You should be, if it's like past midnight, bit of a failure. I'm razzing you. So here we go. Course 7, a dish that we came up with earlier this year. This is rhubarb and apple crumble. This is what it's going to look like cold state. You're going to take it, pop it on a tray, stick it in the oven, 350. You want that to go for a good 16 to 17 minutes. And look at this. This has just come out the oven. And yes, it's hot, but that's okay. When you've been touching hot pots and pans all my life like I have, you can do it. So don't try to do that yourself. Wait for me. Wait for me to come over to your house and do it. Bah. Frying pan. Just just use a kitchen towel. You got it? At this point, you should be well adapted at all the challenges that comes to doing a 7-course plate of dinner. We've got ice cream for you. Remember, this was handed to you by the driver Or if you came here to Next and picked it up, it was probably me or Chef Matt Hall that handed it over to you. Slide it down a piece. Slide the other piece down. Oh, why does this guy get more? What's that all about? There we go. Just do a slide of the finger. There we go. And then to kind of brighten this dish up, to finish it off, dragon fruit and strawberry crumble, but this is freeze-dried. So all you're gonna do is just take it and put it right on top of the ice cream. It's just gonna kind of brighten up not only the look of the plate, but it's also gonna brighten up the flavor. That freeze-dried raspberry is epic. It's got a great zing to it, and so does the dragon fruit. Chef's rights. Get to have a lick here and there, get a little tasty in. That's it, everybody. We've come to the end. You got some party favors in the box. If you haven't put them on, now's the time. Happy New Year. More importantly, thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for being part of an incredible 2025. Can't wait to share with you all the exciting things we have planned here at Next for 2026. Happy New Year, everyone.